In the news this week, jobs dried up, entry-level employment reduced for youths despite economic improvement.
Also, shark deterrent device rebates not popular amongst young adults despite attack fears, and new targets for our state to reduce waste.
This is the Evening News with Ivan Lung and Danielle Staniskov.
Good evening. Young job seekers are finding it harder than ever before to begin their working careers, with new data showing more applicants than available jobs. Young people are fighting for entry-level jobs with around 7 applicants for each available position. That is despite falling unemployment rates and new training opportunities. Nelson Liu reports.
Young Western Australians are long looking to get a start in the workforce, but it's now become harder with fewer opportunities.
Much of that's now disappearing.
An Anglicare WA report this week reveals a rate of 7 young people competing for every entry-level job, making WA the 3rd worst state behind Tasmania and South Australia.
It's a lot more difficult for them now, and certainly the mining boom has started to come off, and so we're impacting that, and the construction boom that we had.
The organisation is concerned about negative youth health effects from long-term unemployment.
I think this is early warning signs for us in WA.
It comes despite WA's unemployment rate falling to 5.7%. While all young people are affected by WA's lack of jobs, students are finding it harder to break into full-time work despite graduating. However, the state government is boosting youth employment and training, including an agreement between Rio Tinto and TAFE this week.
This program, I think, will really put West Australian young people, frankly, ahead of the game.
And young people are encouraged to keep making contacts to improve their job prospects. Nelson Liu, WAMN News.
Politicians have raised concerns that young people are not taking advantage of the government-subsidised shark deterrent devices. Out of all the people who have applied for the rebate, only 7% of them are under the age of 25, despite young people having a high participation level in ocean activities. Reporter Elise Simic joins us now. Elise, why is this?
Well, Danielle, the state government is offering a $200 rebate on the shark deterrent devices, which operate by causing discomfort to sharks who come within 100 metres of the person wearing them. They normally retail at $750, however, so price is one of the biggest deterrents for people, according to the WA Greens.
Well, I have heard some suggestion that it can actually give you a shock. You wear it around your ankle and it's possible that you can get a bit of an electric shock, and that could be uncomfortable.
Sea Shepherd Australia explained that while these devices are great, they are only available to the first 1,000 people who apply.
Over 80% of Western Australians believe that mitigating one's own risk is up to the individual, and they should be taking up the shark rebate scheme.
That's all from me. Back to you, Ivan.
Elise Simic, thank you. The local government election results are in, and public attention remains strong for the Perth City Council's polling outcomes. Deputy Lord Mayor James Nimnios and Councillor Reece Harley retained their seats, while Lexi Barton and Steve Hasluck took over incumbent Councillor Keith Yong and Judy McEvoy. During a late-night interview, Councillor Harley and Councillor Nimnios believe the results is a signal for change.
I think that the message from the community has been very clear that we need to get our house in order at the City of Perth. People have been very unhappy at what's been going on.
Look, I'm quite excited about the results. I think the people of Perth have spoken, and I think we're going to see some positive changes in the capital city.
You can check the latest council election results on the WA Electoral Committee website.
A government commission consultation paper aiming to explore ways of improving WA's waste and recycling performance was launched at Perth's Food Bank this week. The strategy aims to minimise environmental risks by reducing greenhouse gas emissions and pollution, avoiding the generation of waste and increasing recycling and recovering of valuable materials.
I'm very concerned that we aren't meeting our waste targets in Western Australia, and so I've been working with the Waste Authority. Part of this consultation paper looks at how we might change behaviour, so whether we look at running an education campaign, for example, so that we can have a dialogue with the community, tell them what the right thing is to do, so that they can be confident that they are doing the right thing.
Dignitaries, MPs and the West Australian public will get the opportunity to mark the International United Nations Day with a gala event next week at Government House. The United Nations Association of Australia WA event celebrates the start of the UN following the endorsement of its charter in 1945.
So often people in the streets see the United Nations as this big bureaucratic entity that does very little. We'd like to change that and say United Nations is a force of great and positive change in the world. A change for peace, security, equality and sustainability.
The gala event will promote sustainable tourism for development as its theme for 2017.
The Spanish government threatens to withdraw Catalan's political autonomy as the regional leader warned that they will declare independence. The Spanish Prime Minister warns Madrid will use Article 155 of the Constitution, which means the capital can have a direct rule over the state. There are fears that this move will spark more unrest as Catalan continues to seek autonomy. New Zealand Labor leader Jacinda Ardern is poised to become Prime Minister after NZ first Winston Peters backing to form government. Mr Peters' alliance will see the Nationalist Party going into opposition despite they receive more than 44% votes compared to Labor's 36%. Ms Ardern has become the country's youngest ever Prime Minister since 1856.
And finally this week, the Twilight Hawkers Market have officially opened for another year. Located in the Murray Street Mall, food stores from many countries including Spain, Germany, Portugal and the Philippines are set up every Friday night throughout spring and summer.
We're just really excited to be back and trading and so happy that the weather's turned it on for us and it's going to be a great night. But some of my personal favourites are probably the satay. There's a couple of different choices and it's always hard to pick between them. And then we have some delicious sweet stalls, some hot churros and Dutch pancakes. It's so good.
And that's our weekly news and current affairs. You can catch the latest news on our website and Facebook. Have a good one.
Western Perspective will return next week until 5:30 next Sunday. Good night.